What's up, beautiful people? It is the Glow Coach here with another episode of the Biz and Breakthroughs podcast. And today I have another lovely guest. You guys know I always try to bring the best to you, okay? I vet these people. I go lurk on their pages. I listen to all their content to make sure that they are well equipped to come on this podcast. So when I bring somebody, trust and believe that they are bringing the heat, they are bringing the fire. And today we have the privilege of hearing from Miss Taylor Drew. She is a systems strategist. She is the CEO of the Systems Guru LLC. I'm excited to talk to her today because not only is she spicy, honey, which you know, I like me a spicy boss baddie, okay? I love it 110%, but she's authentic. She has a lot of wisdom. She's educated. She's an expert at what she does. And I just really, really, really feel that she is going to drop a lot of wisdom, a lot of value for you guys to get your businesses in order, okay? 2023, we are not doing a hot mess business. We are not building things that are going to tumble and crumble down. We are going to build them with strong foundations. And I truly believe that systems is a key part in establishing and building a six-figure business. So, Taylor Drew, honey, welcome to the Biz and Breakthroughs podcast.
Yes.
I am going to let you introduce yourself. Tell the world who you are and what you do.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for the warm welcome. You see me over here flipping my hair and getting all ready because I'm so excited for today. So, if you are listening today, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Taylor Drew. I'm the founder and CEO of Systems Guru LLC, an international systems consultant business based in Atlanta, Georgia, honey. I am a high ticket client experience coach and a system strategist, and I help coaches and service providers build and leverage systems and client experience so they can scale their business to the next level, whatever level that may be, 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure. Okay, we are speaking it into existence. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for having me. I'm ready for this conversation.
Yes, talk about eight figures, honey. Okay, just expand my dreams. Okay, because I don't even
Okay,
think I
we
put that word into God yet. I've been praying for seven, but you're talking about eight. So we already on the same page. Okay, I love it, love it, love it.
got.
I really want to dive into systems because I know I've been an entrepreneur for 14 years, but if I would have had established systems in the beginning, I know I could have scaled so much faster. I would have eliminated a lot of the hustle and bustle and the overwhelm that just comes with operating, especially as a solopreneur. Like when you're doing it all yourself and you aren't in a position to get a team and you're not ready for that type of level yet, you got to have systems in place to keep your head on straight. And you also have to have it in place in order to really, really be good for your clients. Like I always, always stress the importance of operating with excellence. God is not a messy God. He had order, he had a strategy, he had his own, godly divine systems in place to create the world. He showed us through his word that example of like being organized and doing things day by day by day and how to create something really wonderful. And I believe that systems plays a part in that. So, can you tell us, based on your wisdom, your experience, why you believe having systems in your business is so important and so fundamental?
Oh, for sure. And I'm going to keep it short because, I could talk all hours. But let's clarify what systems even means, right? So, to me, the way I like to explain it, systems are routines and processes, all right? Because sometimes when we say systems, people get all scared and like, oh, but I don't like the tech and I don't like, I don't know what this app is. No, we are just solely talking about routines and processes. So, what routines do you have in your business, in your life that you need to just make sure it's organized so it can stay consistent? All right, so a few different ways that are reasons why systems are important in your business is for efficiency and productivity. Like if you are a business owner and you are stuck in the back end admin tasks, sending emails manually, checking up on this, checking up on that, you are not operating efficiently. Okay, as entrepreneurs, we have to stay in our zone of genius. If you are a graphic designer, you need to stay in that creative mindset, right? If you are a coach, you need to always be thinking of a strategy for your client, right? Not about, oh, did I check that box or did I respond to this proposal? Did I send this out? So, systems help you stay efficient and productive. Next, systems help you Maintain great quality control. You're talking about, right, operating in excellence and serving your clients. You have to have systems in place to ensure that you are providing a consistent experience for each and every one of your clients as they come through your pipeline. Okay, I'm not talking about like, we're women, right? So one day we may be feeling like superwoman. I did my meditation, I did my exercising. All right, I'm gonna serve my clients A+. But some days, you wake up with a little migraine, or you're cramping, or your sister just called you asking for some money, so now you're a little bit irritated. What type of experience are your clients getting then? So that's why you need systems, right? To make sure that you are providing that consistent experience from A to Z for everybody. And I'm gonna give you one more point because I got a whole bunch. But next is scalability, right? When we're talking about scaling to the next level, 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, yep, I'm speaking into existence again. But we have to find a way to grow our businesses without doing more. Okay, so how can you bring on more clients without spending more time in the back end? So systems will allow you to do that. So those are just efficiency, quality control, and scalability.
Honey, you
There's
better
so much
speak
more.
that thing. I know you can go down a rabbit hole with this stuff, but I think that's a really good starting point for the listeners. And I loved how you talked about the routines and the processes and being productive. I feel like one of the main things that I see when I'm talking to new entrepreneurs and even women that's been in the business for a while is like, I don't know how to stay productive. And I feel like in order to produce, and I stress this, oh my God, I stress it so much to my clients. In order to produce, you have to have a system in place. Like, I don't just produce content off the fly. Sometimes I may go in if I'm really led and the spirit is guiding me and I may have something I want to say that day. But I take time and I have a strategy to do my reels. I have a strategy to really lay out my captions. I have a strategy on what it is that I'm talking about and why I'm talking about it based on what I'm doing or what workshops or classes. Like, I have a system to help me create that. So I think when you talk about systems and you talk about the routines, it's like, well, what routines and habits do you really have in place that support you in your business? So that way, when those energy levels do fluctuate, which they happen for everybody, just last week, okay, your girl was feeling really funky and I was feeling like quitting and throwing everything in the trash can. But my systems and the
Hey.
routines that I have allows me to be consistent. So if you're struggling with being productive, look at your systems and think about not only like she said, like your pipeline and your emails and your automation and things like that, but also with like what personal habits do you have to keep your head on straight and to help you avoid being overwhelmed. So I think that was just, you hit the nail on the head when you said that, honey. I really want to talk about it. I know you
Yeah.
mentioned a lot of things, especially scalability, because I know when you're just getting your business off the ground, it could be really hard to go from like, okay, I'm getting one client or one customer, but now how do I really get 100? And so, how do you think having systems really contributes to building that six-figure business? And I really want you to hit a point on scalability because I'm interested to hear that for myself.
Yeah, for sure. To me, it's all about determining what needs to happen and when. All right. What needs to happen and when. So when it
That's
comes
good.
to your business, right? And I want to like think generally because I know everybody listening has a different type of business, but I'll speak to myself. All right. So when I started my business, basically I was setting up systems for other entrepreneurs, right? And so when I would get one client, I'm like, all right, let me create these custom systems and everything, start from scratch for every single client. And I was like, all right, this is fun, right? I'm getting the experience, but now how can I take it to the next level? So if I wanted to take on 3 clients, how can I use my routines to then take them on? So I started thinking to myself, all right, Taylor, what needs to happen and when? When I start with my clients, we always start with a mapping session, a strategy like brain dump, sort of say. And I will always start from scratch. But then I realized, Taylor, do you necessarily have to start from scratch? If you are using the same routine, the same process, if you already know what needs to happen in the inquiry process for every single entrepreneur, what can you create to templatize, create a template so that you could bring on more clients? So then I started just, hey, I already have this template. Instead of starting from scratch for every single client, every client that came through, we would use the same template. And I'm like, okay, so what do we need to change? So then I was able to reduce the amount of time from a 2 hour strategy session starting from scratch all the way down to 45 minutes, because I mean we're just customizing what I already have. But in order to do that, I had to sit down like, okay, so what needs to happen and when? What do I already have that's working for me? And how can I leverage that to then create a bigger impact for whatever clients that come down my pipeline? So that's just an example of what I did. So if you're listening, I want you to sit down and really think about it. What am I doing currently in my business manually starting from scratch that I don't have to? What do I already have that I can leverage and then just add it to my routine? Okay, because that's really what it takes. When it comes to scaling, right, it just means you need to bring on more people and do less. So, and I think a huge mistake that we have as entrepreneurs, and it's not a mistake, it's kind of like just a common symptom, is always being on the go. Go, 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 go. So if it is like, okay, yeah, I can create this email template really quick because it's just an email that I'm always sending, that's kind of like a quick fix. Like it's putting like a band-aid over a pothole. It's like, yes, that's saving you up, 5-10 minutes a day, but when can we actually sit down and take an hour, whatever, put on some nice focus music? I always send my clients little gifts, send them a little playlist or send them a little candle to really get in the mood, because you have to sit down and actually think about it. What is happening in my business? What is some data that I can use to help me drive my decisions? What am I wasting my time on? What is taking me the most time? What is taking me the least time? And using all of those prompts and crafting a routine that you can use for every single person, so then you can just get faster and quicker and bring more people with doing less. So that's just a little quick tip, little exercise for you, boo. If you are listening to this, I want you to take some time. You see, I'm talking to you directly. Take some time this week, right now. Pull up your calendar, whatever you use. Spend an hour and just sit down, get you a Google Doc out or some sticky notes, and think about what happens and when. So when someone inquires with you, what happens and when? What needs to happen? Do you need to send an application? Do you need to send a consultation call? Do you need to send reminders? Do you need to send a video to them, telling them how to prepare for their consultation call? After you're done with that call, what needs to happen and when? Do you need to send out a proposal, contract, and invoice? Are you creating that in Google Docs and going over here to Canva to make it pretty and then going over here? Or do you need you know what I'm saying? Like, just really sit down and think about it. What needs to happen and when? And I'm like, girl, I don't got no time for that. I'm telling you right now, pull out your calendar and put it in your calendar as a work block this week. And if you need help, hit me up. The systems
Yes.
guru.
Yes, definitely. That's making me have to. I'm sitting here like, wait a damn minute. What do I need to get together?
Making
Because
you sweat
it's
a
so
little
easy
bit.
to overlook it. Right. I mean, you're just hitting the nail on the head. And it's so crazy how easy it is to overlook those little mundane tasks. But those 5 minutes a day, honey, when you're trying to send an email and you're rushing, doing 80 miles, trying to get here, trying to pick your kids up, trying to do this, now the overwhelm builds up. Now I'm frustrated with growing my business. Now I can't do everything God has called me to do because I want to toss it away because it's just starting to feel so tedious and so aggravating. When really, if you just had a system in place, you would be driving calmly. You would be playing your favorite Beyonce song. You would be happy while you're going to pick up your kids. Like it wouldn't be all of this extra stuff. But we overlook it, like you said. Oh, it's just 5 minutes. But really, how is that 5 minutes interfering with your day? And even down to bigger things, like I launched a new one-on-one coaching program called the Six Figure Accelerator. I didn't have a contract drafted up to send my clients. So now that the person is like, yeah, girl, I'm ready. Let's go. Now I have to sit and actually get that together when it should have been something included in one of my systems. And it does make the client experience better because now I'm more efficient. They can keep on board with everything going on and they feel like the process is already going smoothly. So that was my little kick in the butt that I needed. But I
Yeah, it
love
happens to
that.
all of us.
Yes, I love
And I
all
think
of that.
something, yeah, to piggyback off what you're saying really quick, I know you're going to ask me another question, but I think it's really important when we are preparing for a new launch, right? Everybody's launching new offers all the time, and planning your content and planning your email marketing strategy and planning this and planning that. You also need to plan your operations. Do not forget about that, because the last thing you want to do is go out there, put on your best face, give all the energy for your content, give everything it needs for people to be attracted to you. But then when it's time to actually convert them, you don't have the things in place to actually convert them. You're losing out on people. So really, like, make sure you are preparing ahead of time, because I've been there before when it's like you're reacting and it's like, okay, somebody inquired, they're actually interested, or you had a great discovery call and it's like, oh my gosh, now I have to hurry up and do this, but now I got to pick up my little cousin from soccer, but I got to tell them like, I'm so sorry, but I still got to get this money, boo. Like, can you just wait a little bit? Like, you don't ever want to be in that situation, because that drives up your anxiety and overwhelm. And those are all of the feelings that we want to avoid as entrepreneurs, because again, we have to stick to our zone of genius. We have to make sure that we are feeling good, looking good, so we can serve our clients. It's way more crucial for us to have these systems in place.
Yes, I completely agree. And just to hit the point that you said about like being reactive. A lot of times that stems, I know we're going to talk a little bit later about mindset stuff because I definitely want to hear your thoughts about that. But a lot of times that really stems from not having faith. Like, okay, we're going to get out there, God, you gave us this idea. Let me go create the content. Let me get cute. Let me make the reel. But really underlying subconsciously, I don't believe anybody's going to book me. So I don't even take time to get the system together because I know I'm doing this and I'm probably just wasting my time, but I'm gonna run off this little piece of energy and hope and faith that I have temporarily. But really, if you believe that your business was going to be 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures tomorrow, you would establish everything that you need to have in place to make sure that it's successful. You wouldn't be running by just a wing and a prayer. You would actually create things and be like, okay, I know people are going to book. So for these next 30 people that are going to book me this month, let me make sure I got the right system in place. But that's, I'm not even going to go down a rabbit hole because I will go on and on and on. But check your
No, but
faith
that's so
levels.
good. That
Check
is
your
so
faith
good, because
levels.
I've never even thought about it in that way. So you actually just kind of painted a different picture for me. It really is that belief, because the thing is, systems are a little bit more hidden than marketing and selling, right? That's outward facing. So you get a website, you get a free, nice little website, you could send everybody, oh, I got my stuff together, right? But those operations and there's those systems, a lot of us are high, we have like a mask in front of them, right? Because we aren't believing that it actually could be true for us. So that I really, really, ooh, I might have to put that in some content, girl. Oh no, but that's a really great perspective. And then
Hmm.
also, just before we pivot, since it is so hidden, right, and it's so personal to us, it's hard for us to find accountability for that. Now, you can have an
Hmm.
accountability partner when it comes to content and email. Like, girl, I didn't see you post today. Like, oh, I didn't see you. But nobody's like, oh, girl, I didn't see you write those email templates today. Oh, girl, I didn't see you put together that proposal today. No one else can see. It's up to you. It's up to you to
Hmm.
hold yourself accountable. And that's probably another reason why it is such a challenge.
Right, right. I agree. That's why we have amazing people like you that could really support people through that process. Because not only is it hidden, but sometimes it could get a little bit confusing, Which is why I want to
For
ask
sure.
you the question. Because I feel like I would have definitely needed this when I first got started in business. But what systems do you really think are the most important to focus on? Because there are so many different things that you could do for your business. But what are like the essentials that you think are really, really important?
For sure, for sure. Like, if you're just getting started, definitely just admin systems. So what I mean is admin systems, make sure you have your emails together, you have some type of way to check and routine, create a routine for that. Make sure you have a file management system. I don't know if you use a Notion or are you using Google Drive, okay? You need a way to keep your all your files together, and also calendar management. What about your appointments? How are you scheduling your calls? Are you just going back and forth on this is a pet peeve, going back and forth on email? Are you available at 3 on Thursday? No, but I'm available at 4 on Friday Eastern time, no Mountain time. I hate that. So make sure you get make sure you have your calendar management as well. So those are all admin systems. Next, Project management system. So, how are you staying on top of your day to day tasks? Okay, so when it comes to your CEO tasks, like what you need to do for your business, so creating content, re-registering your LLC, submitting your headshot for a podcast interview, right? Like CEO tasks and then your client tasks, which are very important, right? Because if you're not on top of your client work, you might have a problem, sis. So make sure you have some type of project management tool. Me personally, I'm using Asana now, but other project tools are ClickUp, GQs, Trello. There's so many different project management tools out here. So pick your poison, but make sure you have one. All right. And then the third one I'm going to share is client management. Okay. So a client or customer relationship management tool, also known as a CRM, is how you manage your clients. So we're talking about the pipeline. So managing your inquiries, your applications, again, your schedulings for a consultation call, your proposals, your contracts, your invoices, your questionnaires. I don't know if you have like an onboarding form or a feedback form. These all go and are housed in a CRM tool. Okay, so right now I'm using Dubsado, Dubsado. You can use the code the systems guru to get you a little discount, boo. Um, Also, we have Honeybook. We have 17 Hats. Some people use ClickUp as a CRM tool. You need something to manage and house all of your client information so you can stay on top of it and not have things fall through the pipeline, because I mean that's your money. That's the bag. So make sure you have, again, admin systems, project management tool, and a CRM tool. Those are my top three.
Yes, I agree with all of those. I think it really is the fundamentals just to get started with getting your stuff organized. I like how you mentioned file management too, honey, because if I get one more thing, and I went to go open up a bank account before, and it was like, excuse me, Mrs. McKenzie, but you need to pay your LLC. I said, how the hell I forget to do that? But those things that only come about once a year, they will slip through the cracks. Domain names, all kinds of stuff. And where do you go find all this information? Like some of my wholesaling stuff for my boutique, I gotta have certain paperwork and stuff in order. You shouldn't be digging through, some old junk drawer looking for this piece of paper. You should have everything well organized. And I think it does make it more efficient too. I really like definitely having systems in place for like your sales process. I think that's a lot of times people don't really think about that. And I've seen it a lot of times with new clients. I'm like, well, okay, well, how are you going to actually deliver this thing? What is the system that you need to get this client what it is that you're promising them? What does that look like? And they're like, well, I don't know. I need to, well, you haven't calculated any of your costs. You don't know any tools or equipment or any type of system that you really need to use, Zoom or whatever it is, however you're going to deliver this thing, this item, this product, this service. Like, what do you need? And what is the system to get from point A to point Z with a client or a customer? So a lot of that stuff goes under the table. I know you talk a lot from like a service-based professional, but just for my product-based people, what I do at the boutique is I have, like she said, I have the a system that I keep all of my customers in. I have them segmented so I know who buys more of what thing. I keep track of them that way. I also keep track of them in, like, we have a private Facebook group for different things. We just keep everything kind of organized so we know what we need to say to the right people, and we know how to get them from finding us and to actually making a sale. So what are those systems? And it doesn't have to be complicated. It could be very simple, but you need to have them in place. I cannot stress that enough. You need to have them in place. I really want to talk about some of the challenges that you really see with your clients or with other entrepreneurs. Like, what are some challenges that they're facing when it comes to their systems? I know for me, tech was kind of an issue. I am good at tech, but just getting that initial setup can be so frustrating sometimes. So, what are
Yeah.
some things that you see, and how can people really overcome them?
Yeah. I mean, I think the most common is just like the brain power it takes to sit down and go back to the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you were saying, a lot of you work with your clients, and it's like, wait, how are you actually delivering this? That's what I have to say to all of my clients, because it is a thing. Like we spend so much time. creating this offer, right? And then putting the marketing behind it and pushing out the content. And you're just focused on getting clients. I want to look pretty. I want to look, have it together, and I want to get clients, right? And it's so hard for us to take a pause, okay? Breathe. Okay, now let's really break this down. What's going to happen when someone is like, yes, or hits buy, purchase? What needs to happen? All right, like from start A. Now, what is the tool that is going to help you deliver that? Like, I think it's really just the challenge is taking those steps back and really mapping out what needs to happen and when. Like, yes, tech gets a lot of people are also a little bit hesitant with technology, but I think it's because they go into the tools without a strategy in place. And that strategy in place is simply what needs to happen and when. Okay, so I help a lot of people with their CRM tools. And a lot of them come to me and they're like, oh my gosh, girl, I didn't invested in the CRM tool and I've been playing in it for the past couple of months. I've been on YouTube every day. I'm so sick of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like, well, what are you doing in there? Well, I'm trying to set up my email templates. What email templates? For what did you? Where's your checklist? You have a checklist? Like, no, I just been adding things here and there. I'm like, okay, well, that's why you're overwhelmed, is because you don't have a plan. My therapist always used to tell me, like, Taylor, you have anxiety right now because you do not have a plan. That's all. Like, you just need a plan to conquer it. Just like anything, just like constructing a house, just like anything, you need a blueprint, right, to get you going. And in order to do that, you have to take a couple steps back and realize and identify what needs to happen and then when. I know I'm making it sound real simple, girl. I know I am. I know. But it can really be that simple.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to happen and when. And I think that's the biggest challenge, is just getting over that hump, and and also just letting go of control. Ooh, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's a good one. Woo!
That's gonna be a
Okay,
quote.
like, yeah. When it comes to our businesses, right? Like, we are so used to being in control. Like, our businesses are our babies. I know some people are saying, I hate when people say that our businesses are our babies, but they are. Though we nurture them, we take care of them. We stay up all night, overnight, to make sure everything's okay. Like, it is our baby. And it's really hard for some of us to let go of that control and put it in the trust of your systems and automations. So it really is like a mindset shift you have to go through to release that control, right? You have to trust that the tool is going to send out the email when you schedule it to send out. And if you're not there, if you can't trust that, you're still going to hold this task that's taking up your time. You really should be focusing on money generating activities, not sending out emails, following up with this, looking for, last year's LLC registration and certificate, looking up the bank statement to send to your tax person to make sure they have what they need. Like, that is not how you should be spending your time. So you do have to trust. I think that's what it is. It's trusting the tools and the systems that it's going to do what it needs to do.
Yeah, I
So
totally
that's just a
agree.
few.
I totally agree. Control definitely can be an issue, but I think the crazy thing is with just wanting to hold so tight to that control, it's like now you don't get the thing that you really want. Everybody screams, "I want time freedom. I want the," but you're not willing to let go. It's the same way when you get ready to hire an assistant. What tasks are you willing to delegate and trust that the person is going to do what it needs to do? Now I get it. Tech isn't perfect. Tech messes up sometimes, but I really have never had an issue with an email or something unless I didn't have something scheduled correctly. It really does what it needs to do. It's kind of more effective, not I hate to say it, but it's kind of more effective than dealing with a regular person. It's going to do what it needs to do if you set it
Absolutely.
up right from the beginning. But not having that blueprint and not having any type of plan in place is definitely going to make it like more of a struggle for you, and an unnecessary struggle on top of that. Like, I've taken time and I've never done like an official mapping thing. Okay, Taylor Drew over here, honey, she got the
It's
game down
okay, girl. It's
pat.
okay.
She got it down pat.
Okay.
So I've never done an official mapping thing, but I use Asana also. And I'm one of those
Okay.
people, I still like my pen and paper and everything like that. So I normally take information and put it in Asana. So it's actually in a digital format that's not going to get lost or stuffed under something. But I even go in there and I just have an Asana with my systems and my processes. What does it look like for me to go from A to Z on this one thing? Whether it's content creation, whether it's packaging or order, whether it's getting products to the boutique, no matter what it is, whether it's, onboarding a client, whatever the case may be, what is like the thing that I need to do. So take time to actually get that plan in place. So when you can visually see that, now you can go say, okay, well, this is the tech that I need to support me in this process. It really is like she could not have made that no more simple for you. Now, the question is, do you want to do it on your own? And if you don't, honey, I suggest you call my girl Taylor. Okay, we can eliminate all the struggle completely. But if you at least want to get started, then go ahead and just start to lay it out on paper for yourself. So I think that's super, super, super dope. I know for me personally, and I want to talk too, let me piggyback before I go to the next question. When you said go back to the basics, I think a lot of people, especially when they've already taken time to build their business, they really don't want to go back to what feels like a starting point. But really, and I just did a post on this, you've been building your business in the wrong order any damn way. So you might as well go back to the basics. Everybody wants to jump out the gate, like they said, like you said, I want to go straight into branding. I want to make it pretty. I want to pick my colors. Why are you even picking colors and you don't even know how you're going to deliver the product? That makes no sense. You don't even know who you're talking to. Let's start there. I ain't come on here to get
Ooh.
y'all today, but you don't even know who you're talking to. You don't even know who you serve and how you serve them on the deepest level possible. You don't know your gifts that's tied to the business that you have. You don't know how to articulate through your messenger. You don't know any damn thing. So before we jump out the gate and go pay somebody $500 for a logo, let's figure out who we're talking to and then how we're going to deliver that thing. So when we do go out and create these amazing brands and these businesses that are going to create a lot of impact and make a lot of money, we are able to deliver the thing with a sense of excellence. We are able to deliver it without overwhelm, and we have everything we need in place to continue being entrepreneurs, wives, mothers, girlfriends, sisters, daughters, whoever it is that we are outside of business. We have something set up in our business that supports us in doing all the things. I know I have about 50 different damn titles. I have multiple businesses. If I don't have no systems in place, honey, it's no way. It's no way in the world that I would be able to do everything that God has called me to do. So don't be afraid to go back to the basics, because if you're building your business wrong anyway, guess what? It's going to crumble. And I hate to say it like that, but I got to be real with y'all. It's going to crumble. You're going to have to go back to the basics any damn way. So why not simply just get it right from the beginning? That was my 2 cents. I ain't going to go too
Girl,
hard on
you see me over here praise dancing and yelling and because you
I ain't
are
going to go too
speaking it.
hard.
Like that's what I teach my clients too. Like you have to take the time. But I don't blame you. Don't feel bad. We're not trying to shame you for going to go get the logo before you started figuring out your
Yes, we
systems,
know you was
right? I
excited. We
blame
know.
social media. Right. But I also blame social media. Like you see, it's so full and saturate of different people. Like, no, you
Mhm.
need to think of branding first. No, you need to think about messaging first. No, you need to create your signature offer and figure out how you're gonna scale it. Like there's a lot a lot of different voices telling you what you need to do. But before you do that, again, go back to the basics. I didn't have a website for my business for 2 years. It was 2 whole years, but I was still getting $3,500 clients, $4,000 clients. How? It's because I paid attention and I focused on my systems. All right, that client experience, it spoke for itself. And every single client that I ended up, delivering my services to, they were my walking, talking billboards. They were the ones to be like, dang, Taylor, like that was on point. Like, let me tell my homegirl at happy hour. And that's how I was getting my clients. I didn't have to worry about social media. Didn't have to worry about, oh, what's my 30-day content plan? Oh, what reel am I gonna post? Like, no, I focused on crafting a signature experience for every single one of my clients. And I was able to do that because I took the time to be like, okay, what needs to happen after someone pays me? Oh, I need to send over an onboarding email with a form to collect some information to get their credentials. I had to think about, again, what needs to happen and when. And you were talking about like if you need support, like yeah, I mean I get as a business owner, you have a lot going on. It's hard for you to sit down and be like, okay, like from A to Z, this is what needs to happen. But that's why you hire support. All right. For these particular things, I suggest hiring a system strategist or online business manager. Online business manager is kind of like a retainer system strategist, someone that can always help you think through that strategy. But a mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make is that they think that hiring an assistant, a VA, or whatever is going to solve that. They're going to sit down and help you actually strategize. Like, no, actually hiring an assistant, you actually have to put in the work to get prepared for that assistant. You have to tell them what needs to happen and when. If you don't know what needs to happen and when, how can you tell somebody else what needs to happen and when? Listen, and I understand, boo. I understand you listening. I get it. Listen, I had to hire 3 virtual assistants before I got it right. Now that last one, I was like, no, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting her time. No, like I'm about to have this on point so they can actually execute on what needs to be executed. All right. So do not. That's that band-aid over the pothole. It's not gonna help. It's actually, to have an assistant, it creates more work for you because every week you have to tell them what needs to happen and when. So again, let's go back to the basics. Let's bring it on back. It's okay. Go ahead and put the logo on pause. Put the website on pause, boo. Like, let's really figure this out so you can come back to it maybe 6 months, a year from now, and be like, dang, okay, so how can I spruce this up even more?
Right. I totally agree. And it's okay. I don't want people to be listening and be like, dang, I was so excited. Still think about your colors. Still think about, let God give you the vision for the logo and all of that stuff. That's okay. But what we're saying is establish other things in place. So when you do go out there in the real world and you do launch your business, or even if you need to go back and pull it back in a little bit, you're going to be building something that will stand the test of time. And I know you mentioned that people don't like to hear the word baby, 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 but our businesses are our babies. God is birthing something through us. I've had prophetic dreams about having children, and my tubes are tied, and I know he was talking about different businesses and different ideas that he's given me. You are birthing something. So the same way that you have a strategy in place, if you're a mom or an auntie or anybody that's ever cared for a child before, you have a system in place to get them dressed for school, to get them to school on time, to make sure they do their homework, to get them fed, to give them a bath. That is a system. You're doing the same thing for your business. It just looks different. So, along with that too, understanding that you also need people to support you. It takes a village to raise a child. You may need a babysitter. You may need a tutor. You may need a teacher. You need all of these different people. It's not just you doing it for yourself. You also need that for your business. And it's okay. Like, people like me and Taylor, we've been doing this, and God has gifted us in a way where we look at business in a different way. And we have a skill set and an anointing to support people in entrepreneurship. Not everybody has that gift, and that's okay. That's why he put people like us on the earth to support you. So don't be afraid and don't let it take away from you. You still a boss, honey. You still a boss baddie. You all of the things. You still is a great CEO. But even the top dogs that we admire and that we look at their businesses are inspired, they have help. They're not doing it all by yourself. Do not, like Taylor said, let social media fool you, honey. People have support behind the scenes. I don't even care if it's something as simple as a therapist. People are getting help some kind of way in order to build these businesses. So it doesn't take away from you being an expert and amazing at what you do to say, I don't understand this part of my business. If anything, it would be foolish to sit and struggle and then to build something that is not representative of what God really wants you to build. Okay. So that is my 2 cents. I ain't going to go on and on about that, but get the help if you
That's
need
so
help.
good. That was good. Ooh.
Get the help, honey. Look, I know I need help in certain things, and I was praying to God. I said, God, I don't understand this, and I'm a business coach. I don't understand every single thing. I wouldn't even have people on my podcast if I understood every single damn thing about business. There are people that are literally gifted to understand information a certain way and to help you do it. So if you need support, get support, honey. Okay. Okay, let's go to our next question because I'll be up here for 2 hours talking with you, girl.
Oh, me too. Me
I done
too.
lost track of the questions and everything. It was getting too good. Okay. My next question is, what success have you seen through your own experience or through your clients that creating better system has helped them achieve? I know, just on an emotional level, just not being overwhelmed. Man, if we can just get there, we are already winning. But what other kind of success have you really seen through your experience?
Yeah, well, I'll speak again to my own success first. Again, I didn't have a website. I didn't have any branding for the first 2 years of my business. Okay, but I was still able to make my 5 figures. I was still able to get consistent clients. I was able to make enough to put a down payment on my home because I focus on my systems. And the specific systems I'm talking about is those client experience systems. I was like, all right, boom. I don't have the pretty website. I only have a selfie, right? I don't have any headshots. But how can I make this experience branded and crafted for my client? So when I tell you I took the time, like, all right, boom, I'm about to build out a nice little welcome kit. Okay, boom, with every questionnaire, I'm going to record a video to walk them through how to actually complete the questionnaire. I took so much time to actually sit down and think about that I just started getting clients. I did not have to go on social media. Like I think that's like my biggest win at that time is that I did not have to rely on social media because that's it's so much social media leads to burnout. And I'm not here like if you're a content marketer, like my bad, boo. Like I don't mean to step in your toes, sis, but you have to like you need a break too. Like let's be for real.
Let's keep it
And at the
honest.
time I still had a right, like I still had a full-time job. It was a lot going on. So just being able to be like, all right, boom, during the winter months when I have a lot going on, when my I'm dealing with seasonal depression and stuff, I gotta buy gifts and travel. I'm not going to focus on social media marketing. I'm just going to focus on the clients that I already have, and I was still able to meet my quotas, and that was huge for me. Now, for the success of my clients, they don't really talk to me about their like financial goals or whatever the case may be all of the time. But one great thing that they always tell me is just like the mental clarity.
Hmm.
Things it releases their anxiety, not having to, sometimes you're waiting on an invoice to be paid or you had a good discovery call and like, I wonder if they're actually gonna work with me and you go out to happy hour and you just refreshing your email inbox like did they sign that invoice, you take another drink like did they sign that invoice yet, and then you come home, you're watching TV, you're refreshed, did they sign that invoice yet, before you go to bed, did they sign that invoice yet? Just being able to be like boom, like I know if they sign that invoice then they are going to immediately get an onboarding email with the onboarding form. And if they don't, it's going to automatically send them a reminder email in a few days like, hey, boo, I thought we had a great call. Let me know if you have any questions. Click below to review the proposal, contract, and invoice again. And boom, here's a little link to some testimonials so you can see how my other clients have worked with me before. Having that clarity and just knowing that things are being taken care of without you not having to do it just brings my clients so much relief. They talk to me like, girl, I feel like I'm at a spa day talking to you just because you just help me declutter my brain. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, that's the biggest win that we can get is
Yes.
that decluttering. Man, it takes a lot, y'all. If you're listening here,
Hmm.
congratulations. Like, I love you. I love us, right? Because we can make anything out of nothing. Entrepreneur, we have a lot going on. So again, like, how can you make this journey and this experience easier for you? Take
Right.
some time to spend some time to create systems in your business.
Yeah, I think that's really powerful. And it's crazy that something that people just overlook can create that much success. And we do jump right out the gate. And, I really just want to put emphasis. I think did a post a couple of days ago where I talked about there are people outside of social media. I want people to realize, like, okay, like you said, okay, if you're a content creator, and I talk a lot about content too. I talk about, converting clients through content, all of those things. But there is so much more world outside of Instagram and Facebook and all the things. There's so many, there are literally billions of people that are not even on that platform yet, or don't even desire to be, that you can be coming into uh, constant contact with and telling them about your business. But if you just have a system in place, you don't need the website. You just need need your gifts, you need your, your pitch, whatever you're going to tell them about what you do. But if somebody said right now, if 10 people walked in off the street, not even off social media, and was like, girl, I want to work with you, what do you have in place to really support them? So remember, there are people out there in the real world, and that you can be securing more business for yourself, but it's going to be very difficult to do so if you don't have not having a system is not going to work nowhere, online or offline. So remember that there are people waiting for you, but you got to have a system in place. And that client experience, I don't even know if that's one of my questions up here, but I have to get your thoughts on just really creating a really powerful client experience, because my background is really in the beauty industry. I was a cosmetologist for 12, 13 years. And so because I had a great client experience and I took time, I showed up on time. They were surprised that I had a booking website. I don't even know what that is. When I first started teaching cosmetology students, I was like, y'all don't have what when y'all you got to have a booking system, sis. This back and forth thing that y'all doing is taking away from the client experience. When you're behind the chair, you should not be texting someone trying to get them set up on an appointment. I even have I had automations and things like that. Even when someone is texting me, reaching out for an appointment, I had different ways that I can respond quickly so I wouldn't take away from the experience that I was giving the person currently in my chair. That client experience got me to my first six figures. I posted one raggedy post. I'm not going to call it raggedy. It was cute. It was a cute hairstyle. It was a clear photo. But I posted one little post a day. I did not go hard on social media. I didn't even go out and tell everybody I was a hairstylist. Like you said, your clients will do the referrals for you. They will go to the highest mountaintop and say, everybody call Steph, everybody call Taylor, because the experience was so thought out and it was so, so good for them. So I want people to remember, that client experience will take you from 0 to 100. But what are your thoughts on that? Because I know that you also focus on that with your clients as well.
I sure do, and girl, we don't got enough time to even for me to tell you how I feel, but I will give you some tips, okay? I will give the listeners some tips, all right? I would say to to increase your client experience, for one, focus on the peaks. All right, when it comes to the experience with your clients, I like to put it in peaks and pits. The peaks are the best experience, the best interactions they have with you, and the pits are the worst. Okay, so a lot of us mistakenly we focus on the pits, and I was like, wait, wouldn't you want to fill up the pits? I understand you want to make that better. However, people remember the peaks. So I want you to focus today. I mean, this week, right? In that work block I told you to pull up your calendar for. I want you to identify what is the best interaction you have with your clients and what is that ending interaction with your clients. It's a technique called the best end technique, because those are the two spaces where your clients remember the most. What was the best experience? So say that, all right, but I went to the hair shop, all right? I'm tell you about my loctician. Go to the hair shop. My peak experience with her is when she is shampooing my hair and she uses that conditioner that makes my scalp do a little tingly okay. That is the best part. So for her, she would be thinking okay, that's the best piece. What can I do to enhance that peak? What can I do to take it to the next level? All right, is it a specific type of what do you call the things you put on your a gown? Is that what you call it?
Shampoo
The thing
cape.
they put? Shampoo cape. Should that be something nice? Should I put a little massage chair or something behind them? Is there some type of aroma therapy that I can use while they're doing that? Or can I kick their feet up, have them on a little ottoman? That she needs to be thinking about that best piece. And then the end experience, with my loctician all the time is she always has to take the photos or whatever, put me out in the sun, make sure things how can she enhance that ending experience too? Because that's the thing that your clients will remember. All right, so I'm not going to go all the way into client experience because we know it's important, right? We know you can use client experience as a lead generator. Okay, we know that it will allow you to do less of the marketing and selling to strangers because you're focusing on the clients that you already have, right? We already know all those things, and if you didn't, now you do, right? But I want you to really use that technique this week, boo, before you forget, this week, to easily enhance two major parts in your experience that your clients will remember forever. And if it works, slide into my DMs, boo, at the Systems Guru, all social media platforms. Tell me how it worked for you and what you ended up doing, because I'm curious.
Yes, I like that. That was so good. I'm all inspired. I'm like, okay, what's the peak and what do I got to do? Like, how can I make this that much more better? But something that simple, just that little tweak right there, honey, that will take you from
Mhm.
0 to 100. So I love all of that. Okay, let me get into the next question because otherwise we're going to keep you here all day. Okay, which is fine. You can come hang out on the Business Breakthroughs podcast anytime you want. But really, I want to
Yeah.
hear. What kind of support? Because I know you do a lot, and I know you're a business coach also. So I think it's really dope that you understand, like, from a business coaching mindset, how to support your clients with not only their systems but overall in business. Because a lot of people can strategize with you, but they may not really know entrepreneurship. You get both ends of that sword. So I like that. I want to hear really quickly, now, me personally and the listeners as well. But what support do you really provide through your business that will help the listeners really get started with their systems or improving the existing ones that they have in place?
For sure. So for all my listeners, all right, I have two different options for you. You can work with me one on one. I do one-on-one strategy sessions. So you come to the call with three challenges or three points you want to hit. So like, boom, Taylor, I need you to help me with my client experience. All right, I need you to help me map out my inquiry process. And girl, I just need your help with just like stepping into my power. That's what we focus on. We spend 90 minutes and we boop, boop, boop. You leave with a game plan call. You leave with access to me for 14 days on demand. Chirp, chirp, Taylor, can you look at this for me? Sure, boo, I got you. So that's number one, a strategy session. So the next thing that I do, I'm calling myself, instead of just the systems guru, I'm also a systems broker. Okay, so right now I'm focused on training and coaching the top system strategists in the game. So it's not just me, and it ain't just me. I have a whole suite, okay, a whole boutique full of system strategists to help you in your business. So if you're like, okay, Taylor, I actually need implementation help. I need you, or I need somebody from Systems Group to help me set up my Asana account, or help me set up my Dubsado account, or anything that's actually implementing, holla at your girl. I will connect you and match you with the best system strategist that I have. So that's really what I'm doing right now, and that's it. Just kind of aligns with the vision because in about I'm gonna say about a year from now, we're going to be an app. Systems Guru is going to be an app, and I'm going to continue connecting entrepreneurs with the best systems help that you can get out here.
That is so dope. I am so here for it, honey. And I just hope to be witness, okay, to all the greatness that God is doing. That is really, 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 really good. And I know that is going to take people just really to the next level and really help them get that clarity. I know we talked briefly about like the outcome and the result that happens when you set your systems. Like, I talk a lot about six figures. Half of my stuff is named six figures, but it goes so much deeper than that. And peace of mind is worth that same $100,000, $500,000, whatever your six figure number is. Like, clarity, man, oh man, oh man. If somebody can get that to know your next step, I would pay good money for that. Okay, so that is really good. Before I let you go, we gotta dive into mindset because it's such a big focus point, and especially when you're just getting started trying to grow your business. If your head ain't on straight, honey, ain't nothing gonna be on straight. So, what is one mindset tip that you would like to share with the listeners?
Yeah, for sure. This one is gonna go out. This one is dedicated to all my perfectionists out there. Okay. I know as entrepreneurs we want things to happen the way that we want to. But I want to remind you that nothing is going to happen the way that you want to. You can plan for 6 months, 8 months, 9, 12, 3 years. It's not going to go as planned. So do what you need to do. Don't wait until anything is perfect and just put it out there. I have been having so much fun in my business lately because I've just been experimenting. I just been like throwing stuff out there and see if it sticks. If it doesn't, all right, I'm moving to the next. And the way I've been able to do that is because I've been detaching from the outcome. I want to challenge you to detach from the outcome. I know you've been planning about this launch. I know you've been praying about this offer. Okay, but once you put it out there, just put your best foot forward. Don't check your numbers every single day. I mean, I'm gonna go against what other people say. Don't check your numbers every single day. Detach from the outcome and start seeing things flourish.
That is good. That is really good. God tells us that it's our mind that makes the plans, but it's him that orders the steps, you know? So I think just being okay with that pivot, like you said, am I willing to just kind of do whatever it is that I'm inspired to do? Am I willing to just do that thing and not be so fixated on this one thing happening? Like I even told myself that the other day. I said, I'm so fixated on certain things about my business. What if I just released it and gave it to God? What if I just took a step back and allowed myself to have some more fun, serve the people, enjoy being me, enjoy talking to God about all these visions and ideas, enjoy meeting people and helping people? Like, what if I just didn't even care about whatever it was that I think I need to really care about? Then what would happen? You'd be surprised how many things really flourish, like you said, if you just release that outcome, honey. That was a whole word in itself, and that's going to be a quote and a clip. Okay, get ready, y'all.
Hey.
So I know you talked about for yourself, but what is like something more personal, if you don't mind me digging in your business a little bit? What is like a
Yeah.
personal mindset shift that you had to make, and what steps did you really take to really adapt this healthy entrepreneur mindset that you have today?
Okay. Um, I it's going to be around the same theme of just releasing control. So for the first 3 year of my business, I was a system strategist. So I would help entrepreneurs one on one build out their systems. Okay. I had a full time job. I was doing it on the side, but still doing what I need to do. One day, I had tweeted. I was like, you know what, honestly, I'm tired of doing systems build outs. It was just one day. I woke up that morning. It was July 7th, 2022. Later that day, I had a masterclass planned. It was on the calendar, and basically, I was doing a masterclass, teaching people how to create a signature offer. At the end of that masterclass, I was going to pitch them my done for you system setup services. Right? That was the plan. Got on that master class, honey. It was fire. Okay, the energy was going. I was feeling really good. I'm like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm meant to do, right? I'm about to get all the signups, right? I'm about to book out. I'm about to book out for these systems build outs. Girl, tell me why nobody wanted my systems build outs. No one inquired. But what they were asking for is like, but Taylor, do you do coaching? So can you coach me? Like, I mean, that's cute, right? That you do systems build out, but I'm trying to do that. So can you help me? I'm like, wait, what? This is not what I planned. I set up my backend, I set up my onboarding, I got the contract for y'all. Everything is ready if you want a systems build out. But it was like, no, Taylor, we don't want that. So I had to listen. So I am in a spirit right now of just listening and really witnessing what is going on and what I'm supposed to be doing. Because that's telling me like, okay, Taylor, you need to go on this path. Like I could have been stubborn. I try to be stubborn sometimes. Like, no, systems guru means I'm a systems strategist. That's it. I'm not trying to coach nobody. But when I started seeing more DMs, more chats, more things like, Taylor, can you help me? Can you coach me? Taylor, can you help me? Can you coach me? I had to listen to that. And then I'm like, no, but I mean, yeah, I can coach you. All right, boom. Now I'm about to start coaching everybody, all entrepreneurs, right? And I'm like, yeah, I help all online service providers, even though something in the back of my head was like, no, Taylor, just focus on system strategists for now. All entrepreneurs, I'm trying to coach. What's up? What's up? Pull up. And then the only people that would sign up were system strategists. So it forced me to listen. I had to listen. Well, I had to witness what was going on so I could know what my right path was. When I started doing that, everything started aligning. Boom. All right, this system strategist, this system strategist, you're helping them grow their business. And they're so great and they're so loyal to you and they want to continue working with you. You can recruit them, right? You want to recruit them. Because you're building something bigger. Like I was only focused on one-on-one systems build outs, right? But it was something on the other end that was like, no, you have a bigger vision. You have something that you need to work towards. You need to start training and coaching these systems girls. I call them system sisters. That's my community.
I love that.
And you need to create an institute so you can connect these ladies with other small business owners to help them stay in business. So that's a little bit more personal, but that's a mindset shift that I've been having to make. Like instead of me trying to feel like I need to be in the driver's seat all the time, making all the decisions, I need to stop and listen. And be like, oh, okay, actually, I need to make a right turn here. and then just keep on going, and then just wait till the GPS tell me to make a left. Like,
Mhm.
because if not, I could have been wasting my time out here trying to market and sell to the wrong people. So, like you kind of were saying, like, who are you trying to market to? Who are you trying to sell to? But that's something that
Mhm.
I'm still going through to this day, and really just like, okay, so they're saying this, like, this is a common theme that's coming out of here. Like, they don't want to just learn how to build out systems. They want to learn how to market and craft their messaging. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me teach you about that. Let me create a module. Let me create a resource for that. So I'm going to encourage you, listener, today. Hey, sis, just listen. Listen to the signs. Don't ignore them, because if not, it's gonna be banging on your door. Can't
Mhm.
hide it.
Waking you up in the middle of the night, all kinds of stuff, girl. Can't sleep, none of that stuff. I think that's really good though.
Right.
And I think it's so important and so necessary just to get quiet and be okay with that. Like I talk a lot about, knowing who you serve and how you want to serve them. But I was just on a coaching friend of mine's, Coach Dallas. Shout out to Coach Dallas. Hey girl, hey. I was on her podcast and we talked about how that clarity just comes in over time. Like, it's okay if you're one way now and then it changes in another season. Like, that's okay. But are you willing to even
Mm-hmm.
make the pivot so you can end up where you're supposed to be? Like you said, you have this grander vision where it's not just about you, it's not just about how much money your business makes, but you are like paving the way and opening doors for people to come up and follow that blueprint that you've put in place. If you were stuck on doing things one way and were not opening to listen to God's instruction, you would not be able to fulfill that assignment. So I think that's such good advice, y'all. Get still and listen, and be okay with the direction that He tells you to go. That's another thing. That's another word for another day. Be okay
That's
with
a
where He tell you to
whole
go. Okay. So, Miss Spicy Spicy, I want to hear about one thing that frustrates you in your industry. I know for me, as a business coach, I hate when people just try to put people in this box that they can only grow their business one way. And then from a manifestation aspect, a lot of people don't talk about manifestation and they incorporate God into it. So that's one thing. If you want to piss me off, try to put people in this box and tell them they can't be successful, or talk about manifestation like people out here doing it themselves. That will set me on fire. But what is one thing that really frustrates you in your industry?
Mm. So I'm gonna just be clear. The industry I'm gonna talk about right now is system strategies, right? One thing that frustrates me with system strategists is that a lot of us are hiding behind our businesses. I mean, I know that people typically think systems mean like nerdy, or systems mean like you have to be geeky and introverted, and you're just building out this. But do y'all see me? I'm one of those things. And that's why I try to pull that out of people. Like, really lead with your uniqueness. Like, you're not this, you don't have to hide behind your business. If you like one one of my clients, she was like, but what if they don't like me? Then that's not the client for you. Lead with your personality. Lead with your individuality, because I promise that's why people want to work with you. I mean, they can trust that, I mean, that you're going to deliver, but they are really investing in you as a person. So show them who you are. You can't hide behind these carousel posts. You can't hide behind like little still reels and things like that. You can't not show your face online. People want to know who you are, and that's what's going to set you apart. And that's going to get you the speaking gigs, and that's going to give you the 5-figure clients, and that's going to give you the visibility that you really want. But that's a pet peeve that I've been trying to pull out my girls, my sisters all the time. Like, what are you hiding for? Your uniqueness, your unique perspective, your unique approach is your most valuable asset. Live into it. What are you scared of? That you're going to be great? You're going to be great. It's okay.
Right. That was the word. You should have just dropped the mic. After you said that, that was a drop the mic moment. But it's so true, man. Authenticity. Woo, woo, woo. Ain't it the easiest and hardest thing to be all at the same time? Like, how do you struggle to be yourself? Let's just start. How you struggle to be you But it really is a struggle, and you have all these fears and concerns and all of this stuff that comes up for you. And like you said, your client, well, what if they don't like me? But you're absolutely right. Then they're not for you. And I think, God has all created us to be parts of the same body. Like we need each other. So if you're not willing to be in the forefront with who he created you to be, then there's essentially a part of the body that's missing that people need. Not everybody's going to gravitate towards my energy. Not everybody's going to be feeling what I got to say. But there's another business coach that is like perfect for them, So we can't all be our true selves. And what really can we be? Robots? Like, that's not fun. I don't want to be AI. Like, that's not me. That's not what God created me to be. So I like that. And I hope people really just step out of the box and like, man, I'm just going to be all of me. And I'm not going to care. And I'm not going to hold no bars. And I'm not going to be ashamed. And I'm not going to feel ugly or unattractive. I'm not going to compare my gifts. I'm not going to do none of that stupid stuff. Just be you and know that you are enough. And it's okay to be evolving. It's okay to be growing your skill set. It's okay to be learning and growing and doing all the things. You weren't put on this earth to just be at one level. Of course, you're going to expand. Of course, you got to learn new things. Of course, you got to get better at certain things. But who you are right now is enough to be successful, honey. But get your systems in place first, okay? Now.
Okay. Okay. Because it'll help
Yes.
you. It'll help you be yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. So I know that you have the same name on all social media platforms, but I still want you to tell people how they can find you and how they can help get help with their businesses. But also, what is this ultimate client experience bundle? Because I'm reading the words and I'm like, wait a minute, do I need this? So I want you to tell everybody a little bit about
Oh,
that too.
girl, I'm like, I forgot I sent that to you. Okay, all right. So at the systems guru, TheSystemsGuru on Instagram. That's probably where you find me the most. I just got on TikTok, but the TikTok is on fire. So go ahead and follow me on TikTok. Facebook, I'm there sometimes. Twitter, I'm there sometimes. You'll probably see me on Pinterest one day. But even if you Google my name, boo, Taylor Drew Systems Guru, you'll find everything, all my LinkedIn, my publications, my media. If you just want to learn who I am and just really take a deep dive into Taylor Drew, go ahead and do that. So you can work with me in a few different ways. Again, we have the strategy sessions. You can get matched with a system strategist. If you are a system strategist, or maybe you're like a virtual assistant, tech VA that's interested in niching into system strategists, come my way, boo. I got a couple different things for you. Got an academy and the System Sisters, my community membership. But I also, y'all, have digital products. So, we're talking all about client experience today. I do have one out right now. It's called the Client Experience Bundle. And it's a 3-parter, okay? It has a dream workflow guide. So, we were talking about what needs to happen and when. So, it's an 18-page workbook to help you figure out what needs to happen and when. All right, I have the Craft the Signature Process Masterclass. That masterclass I was talking about where I was teaching stuff and I was trying to sell my systems and nobody would buy. I have that masterclass available. So it'll teach you how to create that blueprint for you so you can easily just input it into your system. And then last but not least, I had a Make More Money Masterclass. All right, we talk about all of retention strategies, brand partnerships. So when we're talking about how to make more money with the clients you already have, that's the masterclass for you. So save that one to the end. So go in this order. When you purchase this, okay, you could go to systemsgurulinks.com to get all of my links. You start with the Dream Workflow Guide, then you move on to the Craft the Signature Process Masterclass, and then you graduate by taking the Make More Money Masterclass. All right. Hit me up in the DMs, like, Taylor, let me know how you felt about it, what you experienced, because all the people like, girl, oh my gosh, I feel so much more clear. Oh my gosh, girl, I don't got to spend this month on social media because I can reach out to my previous clients and do this and do that. I have all the resources in there. I have contracts. I have templates for you. I have canned emails for you. All of the things that you need. So go ahead. Head to systemsgurulinks.com to grab your bundle today.
Yes, I'm here for it. That sounds amazing. I'm like, if they don't go get it, honey, look, I might just have to tuck it in a pocket somewhere and refresh my memory to get all my stuff in
Girl.
order, okay? So that was really good. So before I let you go, we have to do our 5 boss baddie truths because you are a boss baddie, honey. 5 boss baddie truths in 5 seconds, where I ask you 5 random questions and you have 5 seconds to answer. So the answer doesn't have to be 5 seconds long, but you only get 5 seconds to think
Okay.
about your answer. Okay. So,
The pressure. The
question number
pressure.
one. You're right, no pressure. Question number one. What is your go to baddie song right now? What makes you feel like a boss baddie?
Oh, it's this one song. Her name is it's called "Na Na Na" by Lay Banks. I
Okay.
don't know how I found this song. It was on a playlist, but it was fire, and I had instantly started kicking it, and I was actually it put me up for this interview. Before I start talking, anytime I always have to put on my little baddie mix, and that's what I was listening to before I hopped on here. So that's my song lately.
Okay. I'm
Look
gonna have
her
to
up.
look
I
this
don't. I
up.
don't
Okay. Question number
it's
two.
fun. It'll make you shake something.
Okay, good, because I like to shake, honey. Question number two. What are you binge watching right now? It doesn't have to be, I'm not a big TV person, but it could be somebody you're binge watching on YouTube, Instagram, podcast, whatever. What are you currently binge watching?
Not gonna lie, I watch a lot of TV, and I've binged everything already. So I'm literally just like catching up. I'm a TV girl, so Power, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, baby, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm a reality TV kind of like nut because one day I am going to be on a reality TV
I know
show.
that's right.
Just saying.
Just make sure you shout me
Um,
out so I can get some
but other
clout.
than that, for sure. Oh, you already know. But other than that, I mean, when I'm on YouTube, I typically watch Earn Your Leisure interviews. So I'm always binge watching them. Um, and I'll probably like just get obsessed with someone. Like last week, I was all about Tabitha Brown. So I was watching all of her interviews on all of the different platforms because I just started like fixating on people.
I
So,
like all of that.
but yeah.
I love Love and Marriage Huntsville too. I got to go catch up and see what's going on with Melody. But you know what?
Girl, you
Not to
won't miss it.
not to cut into our 5 boss baddie truths, but you can watch TV because you have systems in place. Mic drop. Okay, next
I sure
question.
can.
She
I
got time to
sure
watch TV,
can.
okay? She got time. She not overwhelmed. So, a more personal question. What are you currently healing from right now?
Mmm. Ooh, this is good. That's a good question. So right now, I'm healing from how I used to feel as a teenager. Growing up, I never really threw myself a party. I never had graduation parties. My birthday's in the summer, and always during the same week in the summer, there was this summer program that would go on that all of my friends will be a part of. And of course, it's the week of my birthday, so no one would be able to come to my birthday because they would stay on campus. Whew, so it kind of like I internalized that over the years, and now so I'm running up on my 30th birthday this summer, and I'm planning a party for the first time in my life. And it's been a girl. I'm about to cry. Am I about to cry? But it's been a lot for me to shed those emotions and those
Mm-hmm.
like resentment and give myself permission to celebrate myself and invite other people to celebrate me, knowing that I'm not in that position anymore. Like people are going to show up for me. I have a great community, have a great like support system. They're going to show up. So that's something that I'm personally going through, and it's like it's an ongoing thing. Because one day I'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to throw a birthday party. And then the next day, like, no, I'm going to do it. It's going to be great. This is what I want to wear. So that's something that I'm currently dealing with. Yeah.
Hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the transparency. That's something that I struggle with too. I woke
Yeah.
up, I'm 34. My 34th fourth birthday, I woke up with no friends. None. Not one person to call and be like, hey girl, let's go get dinner. Let's go get dressed up. Let's go fly out. Whatever. Nobody. So that was like a big thing. Like my 34th birthday was just April 18th, and it was very depressive for me. And just that whole wanting to be like, I want people to celebrate me because I'm always the friend that celebrates everybody else. So to wake up and feel so
Mm-hmm.
set apart from people, was really sad for me. It was like really, really depressive. So I
Mm.
understand that whole thing. It's like, okay, well, I am stepping into more things now. I'm meeting more amazing people like you, like Coach Dallas, and I'm establishing different relationship and friendships. So I know there'll be the day where like next year, okay, I wake up. I do have people that is calling me like, hey girl, let me bring you a cake or bring you a cupcake or something like that. But that whole nobody to celebrate you stuff, girl, that stuff will eat you alive, especially when you're stepping into so
Yeah.
much success. So I'm glad that you are working your way through it, and invite all of us to your birthday party, girl, because we will come loud and proud with all the gifts and all the things. So thank you for sharing that. Okay, let's move on. What is your favorite?
And we friends, by the way. So we friends. So you don't have to
Yes.
worry about that no more.
Yes, I love it. Thank you. I'm adding you to the list, honey, of people that I call when I'm ready to go some damn where, okay? So, what is
Yeah.
your favorite luxury item that you own right now? And it could be self care, it could be a bag, it could be a shoe, it could be anything.
Girl, I don't know. Right. A luxury item. Honestly, I've been really, it's not new or anything, but I just been loving perfume. My partner, she got me this Marc Jacobs perfume. So it's been helping me. I don't know, when I smell good, I just feel good. It's a little bit different. So when I go out to a networking event or I go hang out with my friends, I always just put on a little bit something and just makes me feel like I'm a boss baddie
Mm-hmm.
businesswoman. So I would say that, like the perfume, I'm really trying to get into it. Also, my lipsticks, and this isn't luxury, right? But this is something that makes me feel good. My lipsticks have been really helping me step into like my feminine power. I was not always the girl's girl, okay? So now that I'm kind of like moving into that and stepping into that, it makes me feel very powerful. Yeah.
I like it. I'm here for it. I think everybody should have something. And I don't think luxury means expensive. I think it just means, like you said, something that makes me feel good and empowered and feel like a boss or feel like, that chick for the day, whatever it may be. Okay. A $5 lipstick will do it for me. If it's a cute color, psh, it's over. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. So, last question. What is one thing you would tell another woman to give her to right now? I can't even speak. Look, I'm all like still probably still emotional for my friend stuff. What's one thing you would tell another woman right now to give her a breakthrough?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, we've been breaking through all this whole time. Oh, one thing now, and this is something, everything that I've been telling y'all are things that I've been doing. I want you to spend some time, and I know, like, girl, you gonna give me another work block? All right, maybe this weekend, okay? I don't know, whenever you got time. But I want you to really think about and craft, design what your dream life is. Like being very, very specific, boo. I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I want to have a six-figure business and do what I want when I want. Like that's too generic. Like let's be specific. What does that mean? When you wake up in the morning, pretend you are in your dream life. When you wake up in the morning, what do you see around you? What do you smell? Are you kick your feet off to the side? What type of slippers are you putting on? What type of robe are you wearing? What are you smelling? Are you smelling breakfast that your private chef cooked you? Are you making your way down there? Like, what are you eating? What's on your agenda for the day? Are you going out to a Pilates class and then coming back to the recording studio to record your TV show? Again, here we go talking about me because this is my dream life. I want you to be very, very specific. Who are you texting? Are you driving your own car or do you have a car service? If you do want to travel, like where are you traveling to? What type of space are you living in? Is it Airbnb or are you at your timeshare or are you at your friend's condo? I want you to really think about what does your dream life actually look, feel, smell, taste like? Okay, and I want you to write that down. If take it to get extra credit if you create some type of visualization over this past weekend. I created a little mood board, a little vision board. You're like, girl, you creating a vision board in May? Yes. Yes, of my dream life, because I want to be able to see it. It's on my desktop right now. It's looking at me right now. I want to be able to see what my dream life is every single day so I can make sure I'm stepping towards that every single day. I'm trying to have a boss wardrobe, so I got a girl with a boss little wardrobe on with some designer shades, all right? I got a TV camera because I told you I'm going to be on TV. I got my friends, my gorgeous business friends, and we out kicking and we looking cute, okay? I got teaching. I'm teaching a course, I'm right. I have a window looking out the private plane. Okay, I'm on a PJ on a private jet, baby. All right, so I want you to really design, craft, create what your dream life really looks like, so you can work towards it every day. That's all. That's all I want you to do,
That was so
and get your
good.
systems.
Yes, and get your systems together, please, honey. If nothing else, in Jesus' name, get the systems right. That was so good. When you started talking about the private chef, I said, wait a minute, she been reading my journal. Taylor, get out of here reading my stuff. Talk about a private chef, honey. I love it. And I think you can create a vision board any damn time of the year, anytime you want. I keep mine on my phone. And the crazy thing is, I actually am moving towards a lot of those things. A lot of those things I've already manifested. Like, it's wild how you would move in the right direction if you just keeping your inspiration around you at all times. So that was super good. And I hope you guys took a good word. I know we talked a lot, but it was filled with so much information. So go back, listen to it again. Take notes, honey. Hit up Taylor. Get your systems in order. Get your business in order. Okay. Get the support that you need to be great and to be amazing at all the things that you are called to do. But I have had a time. This was good for me. This was good for
Me
my
too.
spirit. Okay, I appreciate you being here. We definitely have to bring you back. I'm sure the people gonna need you to come back and talk more about mindset and the entrepreneurial journey, your story, who you are, your life, getting all in your business. Okay. I loved it.
I
I
welcome
loved
it.
every second of it. So I thank you, thank you, thank you, honey. All of her information will be in the show notes below. So make sure you go hit up my girl Taylor Drew, okay? We appreciate you guys for joining us on another episode, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.